Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Jody and I'm back with another tutorial. So I wanted to try to use a couple more things from the Curated Bead Box for March, Dusk in the Woods. So I also noticed, it caught my eye because somebody else did an unboxing for this. So I watched their unboxing and I'm not the only one who was totally confused. So there's some people are thinking that we had two March boxes, or because there was a letter in my box and there was a letter in this other person's box as well saying that it was misaligned or something like that. So it wasn't me. I wasn't going cuckoo. There really was some kind of issue. Not really sure if it's been resolved or what is exactly going on with it. But it was interesting too because I was watching her unboxing and a lot of her stuff was very different than what I got too. And that just goes to show that they do substitute quite a bit. And then I was looking at it and I'm like, I really want to do something else with it. I want to do maybe another bracelet, something really fun and cute. Definitely something for spring. And you guys remember when I made this one and I thought this one turned out really cute for, what it was or whatever. But I'm finding it a really hard time using some of the beads. So I am going to make a bracelet today and I have a few things from that box. But then I dug around in my stash and found some things that I wanted to use as well. So I'm going to flip this around and I think we're going to make kind of a chunkier bracelet. And let's see if we can make that work out. But I did want to give it another spot and another chance because I think that if you can think about how you want to use some of these beads, you can come up with something really pretty, even if you're stumped on how you want to use some of these beads. So I'm going to turn you guys around. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use from their box. And then I will show you some of the things that I have from my own stash. And most of the stuff I remember exactly where I got it from. There's a couple things that I got from Wendy, and I don't know where she got it from, but I do know she did a lot of different shopping and everything. So we're going to use some of that stuff too. But it's going to be a strung bracelet. So we're going to do that. And that's it. So it's Wednesday. We're going to try something different. Not really different, but you know what I mean? Just try to work through some of the feelings that I'm feeling about not being able to use a lot of this box in my own mind. It's not that the box isn't usable. It's me. I'm having a hard time stepping outside of my comfort zone with some of the things that I've been dealt. So I'm going to rise above. And I'm going to accept that challenge and I'm going to make something. So then if you get this box and you might have similar things like I do in your stash, you could probably make something too. So that's being said, let's get this turned around and we'll get moving on it. Okay, so I grabbed a few things. I have some of the 6mm crackle beads here with the green and orange glass crackle beads. I have those and they're actually like 8mm, I'm sorry. They're a duo style bead. So that's what they call it on the box. And then I have some of these matte white drops that we have, which I'm not going to use them as drops, but they do kind of resemble like a beach glass type situation. And then we have these barrel beads, oval barrel beads that are just kind of like a milky white, which I really enjoyed these beads too. So I know I liked these and these a lot. And then I have, because I got like an overabundance of little flower spacers, I have some of those too. So I'm gonna just scoot these spacers off to the side because I'm not sure exactly if we're gonna use them or how we're gonna use them yet. And we'll figure that out as we go. So we're just gonna kind of design this as we go. But the things I found in my stash that I really wanted to use. So recently, if you saw my video, reason number 2 why to join Bargain Bead Box, you see that I did a fabulous haul from there. And these tulips, these green and purple vitriol tulips were in that. Same with these green and purple vitriol spacers, wavy spacers were in there. And these silver ones. So I got these too. All right, so we're gonna use silver. I know the box came with gold. Did it come with gold? No, this one came with silver, sorry. I was thinking of the previous month. This one came with silver findings. So we're gonna use the silver as our metal. And I'm just gonna scoot that off to the side. I want you guys to still be able to see the colors together, but I'm just gonna scoot them off to the side. And then for my own stash, I also brought over some different bead caps. I have some smaller leaf ones and some really big flower ones that I would like to try to use. I have some of these cute silver bumpy spacers that are a brighter silver. We might work those in. I'm not really sure yet, but I wanted to grab them. And then these are the ones that I got from Wendy, and I have a bunch of them, and they're just like these little snowflake type spacers, and I thought they would look really cute in between these other ones. So I grabbed these, thinking that maybe we'll use some of those too. So that's what I have, and I think what I'm wanting to do is I'm really wanting to do like I don't know, like kind of a chunky bracelet, you know, like I don't even know if I want to use these or not. I don't know. I'm just kind of hanging on to them. But, you know, putting these all together, you know, a bunch of these together, and even like the tulips. So I thought maybe doing the tulips like facing this way. I don't know. We're going to start stringing and see where that takes us and see if we can get this figured out. So I am just, I don't know, you guys. I'm kind of, I don't know if I've ever been this stumped, but I think that this will go really well with that. Even, you know, because purple and orange do look good together. Purple and green look good together. We know all those things. So let's just go ahead and scoot all this aside and just make a little pile there, because we're just going to pull from the pile. And I'm using some soft flex beading wire in fluorite, and this is the medium. So we're going to use some of that. And I thought that using the fluorite would be really cool, because this does have the green, and I thought it'd be really cool. So I'm going to measure out about, I'm going to do 9 inches because I did 8.5 yesterday, and I really regretted it. We really just needed that extra half an inch. So I'm going to measure out 9 inches and cut that off there. My trusty tape measure. And I do have a clasp and other things here too. The little findings that you need, like your jump rings, your wire guardians, your crimp beads. I have all those things here too. I just have them off camera right now because we don't really need them right at this moment. So let's use one of these little bead stoppers. So what I'm imagining, I guess, is that I think it would be really cute maybe to do some of these like in the center. Yeah, let's do this. So let's do 3 of these little purple and green ones in the center. And then I'm actually going to take that off because I'm going to be going back and forth, I think. Let's see how these look with that. Then let's go ahead and throw one of these little spacers on. Let's do 2 of them. Okay, and then let's do a couple of these silver ones here, or silver wavies. Let's just do 1 of each on the end here. I think that'll look good. Yeah. All right, and then let's grab a couple of these big flower bead caps, And let's get these big, chunky, frosty ones. And I just want to see how this will end up looking together. Oops, forgot the other bead cap. Okay, so if we did that, I think that'll look cute. That'll look really cute together. So let's put at the end of these, some of these little teeny tiny spacers, just to kind of give it like a little divide. Just saying, well, this is where this one ends. So let's do that. And then let's go ahead and let's do these tulips, because these tulips are just darling. I think they're so cute. And I think they'd actually make a really cute pair of earrings too. I've never used the tulips, but I saw these in this color and I thought, oh man, I've got to have those. So we have our tulips. I think I want them facing the other way. Yeah. Let's put them facing this way. Let's do that. Yeah, so like that. And then let's do a couple more of these little flowers at the end there. Just kind of break it apart. Maybe I didn't cut this long enough again. I need to see, because you know what, you guys, it would be just like me to do something like that. Oh no, I'm fine, I'm fine. It just doesn't take long to make a big bracelet. So we might be able to make something else, and maybe even like a cute pair of earrings or something using the soft flex too. That'd be nice. So we have that, and then let's go ahead and do a couple of these smaller bead caps right here with the white. Little white barrel beads. And then let's do another bead cap with this green and orange. I think I might kind of like this. So that's what our bracelet would look like. And you know what? It's not bad. I think I like it. I like the starkness of the white, but then having some little pops of color in it here and there, plus having the silver, just looks really good with that. And then let's go ahead and grab a couple more of these tiny little flowers to end this. And I think we might be good. Grab some of the other things that we need here. I'm using some of the crimp tubes that came in one of the boxes. So we're going to use 2 of those. Just got some silver ones. All right, so let's leave that there for right now. And we can go ahead and put our crimp bead on and our wire guardian. Yeah, we might even get away with making a little necklace, like a whole little set, because this is actually turning out really kind of cute, and I like it. So maybe we'll just continue on and make a necklace too. I mean, why not, right? I mean, if it's working and if I like it, then might as well do it. All right, so I'm just going to slide that up there, and we can crimp that down. So the last video that I made, it was another bargain bead box one. I had an announcement. I was letting you guys know that I have been invited to do a YouTube live with Sam, with Sam's Bead Box, and with some other artists too. And I'm really excited, and I of course accepted, and I'm going to be doing that this coming Friday the 22nd. It's from 6 to 7 Eastern time, just in case some of you don't get any of the notifications from Sam's Bead Box. I'm not sure when this video will come out. Chris is kind of, it's up to him when he's going to post videos. So I just let him do his thing and he lets me do my thing. So that's just how it is. Oh, struggle bus, you guys. I did not. You know what? Next time I'm going to do 9.5 inches. See, this is why I don't measure, because I'm thinking that and I'm using way too much, and I'm not. I'm better off wrapping it around my wrist and just cutting off a bunch. All right. So there we go. Let's go ahead and get this one crimped down. So you can get this bead box, and this has been like I think the smallest amount of beads I've gotten in the Curated Bead Box since I started getting it. And I think I've been getting it for 4 or 5 months maybe. And I feel like I usually get a ton more things and a lot more bead strands, or maybe an extra bead strand or 2. But this month is just really different. So yeah. I mean, I enjoy it because, like I said, this has been giving me a challenge, and I do need to be challenged sometimes. I get so complacent with what I do and what I've been doing that I don't know, I don't challenge myself enough, I don't think. And I thinking about what I'm making is a challenge enough, but actually coming up with something when you're looking at colors that you're like, I don't know, like I already did one thing, but I really want to do something else because I don't want it just to get put into my stash, and be sitting there for who knows how long before I decide to finally use it. So I like to try to get as much as I can out of the boxes before I return them to my stash. So that's what I'm doing. All right. So we got the bracelet done, and you know what? I like it. I'm going to put it on, and I bet you it's going to look really cute on. Let's see if I can do the lobster clasp, because you know what, you guys? I lost my bracelet helper thing. I don't know what I did with it. And you know what else? I made a pair of earrings the other day, and I wore them to work, and I lost one of the earrings. I don't know what is going on, you guys. Like there's something crazy going on in the air. I don't know what it is, and I'm still looking around for it just in case it came off somewhere. But I stopped and I got gas before I went to work. But I could have sworn I felt something fall down my jacket when I was at work. So I keep thinking it fell and it slid underneath something, and I'll find it eventually. Okay, so here it is. I think it turned out really cute. It's not super duper colorful. It's kind of muted, but that white really stands out. So I like that. That turned out really cute. So why don't we go ahead, since we're right here and we have some supplies, why don't we go ahead and make a necklace while we're at it? I mean, might as well, right? We have plenty of things here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off some more of this soft flex because we'll use this. This is literally a design on the fly, you guys, because I really had no idea what I wanted to do. And I think I'm going to make it a shorter necklace. So I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to tell you how many inches I ended up cutting off because I measured it for my neck this time. And let's see, we have my tape measure. We have 20.5 inches of bead stringing wire. That's what we're using. So perfect. And I kind of want it to look like my bracelet. So we're going to do these in the middle, but we're going to do bigger, like more, because it's a little bit bigger of an item. So let's do, instead of the 3 that I did, let's do 6 of these. I really like these like check glass wavy spacers. They're really, really neat. And I love it when Bargain Bead Box gets them, or Bead Box Bargains gets them. All right, then we used 2 of those. So let's go ahead and do 2 of these again. I knew I'd find something for these eventually. Thank you, Wendy, for these little spacers. They're really cute. I have a ton of them. I have so many of them. So I would like to be able to use some of this stuff in more projects and really get it out there. The only bad thing is when I get something from somebody, I have no idea where they purchased it. So it makes it kind of hard, but that's okay. And let's go ahead and do 2 more silver ones here. And then we used a couple of these really big flower bead caps. And we used these little frosty guys. And then since this is a little bit bigger of a scale, let's use the bigger flowers for this. We get the bigger flowers. Okay, and then let's, what do we have next? We have the tulips for next, and I have like an extra oddball tulip, so we're just gonna use 2 of them. Actually, I wonder if I should go ahead and do this, since it's gonna be a larger necklace. And then do the bead caps on the end. Yeah, let's do that, why not? And then we can do our tulips. Am I doing them right? Yeah, I'm doing them right, okay. Just wanna make sure they're facing the right direction. So I'm gonna have an extra tulip, which I'll probably use as a dangle for something down the road, because it would make a really cute little dangle on something. So we'll just move him off to the side. All right, so we have that. And then we did some more flowers. So let's grab these little flower spacers. And then we used some of the smaller bead caps. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of them because we're gonna need them. And we did these white ones. And these green and orange glass ones. And we're not going to bead all the way to the top, because I do want some of this bead stringing wire to show, because it's green and it's gonna look really cute with this. So I want it to show. But we will use a couple extra of the orange beads here. Or actually, maybe we'll just leave it right like that. I actually like that. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave it just like that. And we are going to end the top of this with the tiny little flowers. We're gonna put a crimp tube down on the sides of these so that they don't move. So I just wanna make sure I have this lined up right. Oh yeah, that looks darling. I love that. That looks really cute. Okay, so we're gonna need these guys. We're gonna use the last 4 of those that we have. All right. There we go. And then when you're doing this, like using them like a little stopper, you don't need to use your crimping pliers. You're actually just better off using your flat pliers or your chain nose pliers to flatten it out. And you know what? I kind of don't like that. And I don't like that right there. Oh, actually it's fine. Okay. No, it's not. I don't like that, you guys. I gotta cut that off. All right, so we're gonna cut that off because I'm gonna use some smaller bead, the bead style ones. to stop it because I don't like that. I mean, these are fine when you're crimping them at the end of a necklace, but I desperately need to use the smaller ones to be my stoppers. So here we go. And these also came from Curated Bead Box. So these will make a much smaller squish. And that's what we want. We want it to kind of blend in with our necklace. You're not required to do this. I just like to do this because I don't like feeling like I have to chase my beads around my neck all day. And I know they kind of scoot and your clasp will scoot a little bit. So I just like to do this to my necklaces because like I said, I don't like to chase them around. All right, so this one should be a little bit smaller. It won't be as big. Just squish it down. Oh yeah, that blends in so much nicer. See how that is? Because it's shorter and it's not gonna just like be as tall. All right, so now we're just gonna make sure that this is good, but you still want, oh, you guys, nobody stopped me. You didn't yell at me. I just noticed, and thank goodness I did not crimp it yet. We were missing a bead cap. It would have looked really weird. I would have been kind of forced to go with it if I would have finished it up because I would have been like, I'm too defeated to even fix that right now. All right, so we'll just string this back on really quick and we'll be good to go. But yeah, I think this is actually turning out to be quite an adorable piece. And then we can make like a really cute little simple pair of earrings to go with it. You guys know I love my little simple earrings. All right, now we're on track, you guys. Now I can go ahead and crimp that off. All right, so but we want to make sure that there's not gonna be a big space to where you're gonna have your crimp bead just hanging out up here all by itself. But you also don't want it so tight that it's not gonna have any movement. So let's go ahead and put this on. And just give it a good squish. There we go. Perfect. All right. I think we're gonna actually use some more of those for the end. I like how little they are. Let's do that. I just need 2 more. Okay, or that many. All right, doesn't really matter. But I am going to pause this in a minute because I need to go get another class because I wasn't planning on doing this. So I'm gonna pause it, I'll be right back, we'll get this necklace finished and we'll move on to a pair of earrings. Hey, I'm back with my clasp. So let's go ahead and get these ends finished off. And while I was doing that, I was trying to think of like what I wanted to do for the earrings and I might have an idea, I don't know, we'll see. All right, so, oh, I almost forgot, we need a couple more of these too. I really need to sit down and refill this little guy. All right. So we're going to leave it up towards the top because like I said, we want some wire exposed. And we're gonna use jump rings to hook on our clasp because I want to just have like that little extra tiny little minute space or extra space there, I guess. All right, so I got that on and now we can crimp it. Make sure that's nice and snug, and it is. And then we can trim off our extra wire that we have because we don't need that for anything and we're not stringing any beads through it. So we're stringing it through any beads. There we go. And then let's do the same thing to this end. Trying to get it as even as I possibly can. All right. And just do the same thing. You could use clamshell connectors too to do the ends of your wire with your crimp bead. I just opted to stick with these because they were here. I could have grabbed the other ones, but I wasn't thinking about it until I sat down again, and I don't want to keep making you guys wait forever for me to make a decision about stuff. So, all right, and make sure it's nice and snug, and it is. There we go. And now we just need a couple of our jump rings. So we need that size, and then we need one a little bit bigger for it to go through, or clasp to go through. So I started this video feeling like I didn't know what I was going to do, kind of, you know? And then I come up with something and I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna make a bracelet and maybe a pair of earrings. Well, after all that, see, sometimes you just gotta start, right? Because then you get your creative juices flowing. And now look, and now we got a bracelet, a necklace, and I said we're gonna make a pair of earrings. It might be a simple pair of earrings, but it's gonna be a pair of earrings no matter what. So, I mean, sometimes it's all about just sitting down and just start, because even if you don't know where you're heading, it's very helpful to just sit down and start, because then, like I said, you get your brain warmed up and you start thinking about different things that you could do. All right, and here's our necklace. So far we got a necklace and we got a bracelet, and I think it's turning out really, really super cute. All right, so let's go ahead and put that aside. I'll try it all on for you at the end. And now I want to make some earrings, but this time, you know what? I do need something else. I am going to get those clamshell connectors, because that way you guys can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pause it because I'm not sure exactly what to do with them, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I grabbed a couple ear wires and I grabbed a couple clamshell connectors. Now this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about using this wire to make our earrings as well. So to make them kind of like a wire, like, I guess maybe like a hoop in a way. And I don't think we want them to be super large, so I'm gonna make them this size, and I'll measure that to see where we're at. So this is going to be, and that way you guys can see like how big you might want it or how little you might want it if you end up making something. So I ended up cutting off just under 5 inches. So it's like 4 3/4 of an inch. And we'll cut off another one the same size. All right. And then wrap that back up. I really love this beading wire. This beading wire is fantastic. It's so cool. I'm gonna have to get on there and order a bunch. I do need to go to USA Leather and order some leather, because I need some 1.5 and some 0.5 millimeter in colors. So I really need to do that. So we're gonna start by making this with these really pretty, the vitrol flat check glass spacer beads. There we go, wavy spacer beads. And then let's go ahead and do this on either side. We're just gonna make one earring at a time, and these shouldn't take too long to make. They should be pretty easy to make. And then let's do one of these. We don't really have any more of the large beads left, but that's okay. So I think what we're going to do, let's go ahead and put one of these on with a bead cap and a cute little flower. Then let's do the other end the same way. One of these. And our bead cap and a cute little flower. All right, so this is where the little clamshells are going to come in handy. Now, if you've never used them, so this is how you're going to use it. So first you want to just kind of get your little strands together here at the top, not crossed, but together. And you're going to put on your little clamshell. All right. And we'll get it facing the right way in a second here, but right now we just want to be able to secure the end. All right, and just make sure your wires aren't crossed again. And then go ahead and put on your little crimp bead or crimp tube, whatever you're using, and just slide them over the end of both wires. And leave yourself just a tiny little bit. I don't know if you can see, teeny tiny little bit of wire sticking out at the top. It's just gonna give you a little bit of room to do this, right? So it's very minor piece. So just squish it down, and you're not gonna like cut it or anything, but you wanna make sure that that is not going anywhere. And you can pull on it, squeeze it again if it feels like it's moving. Now, the one thing you wanna do with this is, because of the way the ear wires hang, you wanna make sure that your loop to these is hanging in the right direction. So it is. So now we're just going to close it over top of that crimp. And you can get these in a couple of different forms. So there's some that have like a little thing that you can bend over, make it like a loop. I don't trust those very much. I have a ton of them and I don't like to use them. I honestly should probably just donate them or something to Goodwill. Maybe somebody will want to use them. But the ones with the little loop that's connected like this really are better than that. So there's earring number 1. And then we'll go ahead and put our little earring wire on there. Okay, and there we go. There's earring number 1. That was simple, right? So let's do that again. We need 3 of these. And then we need 2 of these total, 1 for each side. And then we need the silver ones. Looks like I need to order more silver ones from Bead Box Bargains. Lauren, I'm going to be placing an order. All right, and then we need 1 of each of these. Did I do that right? Yep, I did that right. And then we need our little bead caps. Looks like I pulled out just the right amount of bead caps. And this side. And then we need 2 little baby flowers. And here they are. You guys, I am tickled that this came out the way it did. I am so excited that I went in with with kind of like a cruddy attitude about like not being able to think of what to make, and but we all go through that, right? It's like it's not really a burnout. It's more of like just being stuck. It's like when people who write books get stumped, right? It's the same thing. They're an artist, we're an artist. We're going to get stumped too sometimes. But then, like I said, just sit down and just start, and you will find something and it'll come to you. And before you know it, you'll have something super adorable that you've made when you thought you weren't going to be able to make anything at all, or anything spectacular at all. And that's the one thing about doing this on video too, is like, I'm always thinking, man, is this going to be like one of those pieces where it'll be like, oh yeah, that's great, wah, wah, wah. Or is this going to be something that people are going to actually want to see and maybe make? I mean, that's the whole thing too, is I want you guys to get excited about some of these things and make something on your own that's the same or similar or whatever you want to do. I get excited when I hear someone say, oh, I'm making that, what you made. And And then I know I was successful, that I made something that other people enjoyed, that not just I enjoy. And that's success for me. All right, so now we got that one. Oops, and I got that one all kind of, if you push too hard, it's gonna get all uneven and weird on you, and then you gotta fix it. So now I gotta fix it. So don't be like me, don't be a brute and like wail on this piece. There we go. All right, so now we can put our ear wire in. These are really strong ear wires. These ear wires came from my big order from Bead Box Bargains too, and they were a really good deal, and they are like super strong. I love them. All right, guys, so we got our necklace, we got our bracelet, we got our earrings, and I think that I'm ready to turn this around and show you guys everything all together. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I got the necklace on, and I think this turned out so cute. That's cute, right? Oh my gosh, I am so excited about that. And here are my earrings. They turned out really cute too. And then the bracelet. Oh my goodness, what a great little set. All because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna make. I mean, come on. I'm so glad though that this turned out, because you guys, I was really feeling so super defeated today, and it was a tough day at work, you know, and when you're having a tough day like that, it's really hard that when you get home that you're like, oh, you know, let's go, we can do this. That's not how I was feeling, but now it's all turned around for me, and now I feel like I could do anything. And I think when I'm done here, I'm gonna go do a load of laundry on Wednesday. Yes, on Wednesday. How crazy is that? I am living on the edge, you guys. Totally living on the edge. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed just figuring it out with me as we go. That's how I do things anyway. Most of the time, I can't do a lot of planning. You see, when I try to plan, what do? I end up undoing it and redoing it, undoing it and redoing it. So this is what I do. And I am so happy for the way this turned out. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what you think of this piece, if you thought it was cute, or if you're like, meh, I don't know, I could pass. Or if there's something different that you would do with it, with the beads that I had. Or maybe you wouldn't use some of these beads. Anyway, I will make sure that if you want to join Curated Bead Box, I will put that link on the show notes. And if you use Wendy35, you will get 35% off your first subscription. So it's a good box to just try out. It honestly is. And I can tell you, this is the first one that I've had a hard time with. And it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I do have some of their beads in my stash, and I know for a fact that I have some that I'm thinking about using. And that's going to be for another video, and it's from past boxes. So anyway, it's okay. And if you don't want to try it, it's okay too. You can even just go to dollarbead.com and look for some of the items that are from this box, and you can just purchase the items that you really, really want. Anyway, so either way, it's a good decision, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, if not, you got plenty of stash. You can find stuff that are just like the ones that I used in this video. Either way, you're going to win. So, all right, you guys, I love you all very much, and I hope you have a very blessed evening and a very blessed rest of the week. I'm sure I'll have some videos out this weekend. I'm carving out some time in early in the mornings before everybody wakes up to hope that I can get some stuff done for you. All right, bye everyone. Have a great night.